done many with it on because I could not do that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. And, of course, I am joined by my best friend, Mike.
That is me.
He is you, and you... I
am here. We are here.
No, I was doing the fucking Snoop Dogg.
Oh, the Beatles.
He is I, and I am him.
Oh, okay.
All right. But I know you're... Yeah, Beatles, I knew that. Okay. So... we today are discussing the movie I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore.
Fucking nailed it, man.
If that is not a mouthful of shit, no. It is a long title, though. It's like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind long. Can you think of another title that's really long?
Confessions of a
Dangerous Mind? Yeah, that was with Sam Rockwell. Actually, I enjoyed...
Is it like Zoolander long or one of those? The Legend of Ron.
Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou is pretty long too.
The Legend of Ron. Wait, Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
That's the first one. Yeah. There's also the really long one, which was called. I got nothing. Yeah. Yeah, the one word. Okay. So yes, I don't feel at home in this world anymore. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
So I don't feel at home in this world anymore from 2017. Directed by Macon Blair.
I was wondering how you say that first name. So I was like, Macon.
Macon like bacon.
Okay.
So that's how you say it.
Is
That's
that-
how I say it. Well, when I talked to him, I was like, Macon, can I call you Make? He's like, no, you may not. How did you get this number?
Can I call you Mac? He's like, no, who is this again? I'm going to block this number.
So from 2017, when a depressed woman is burgled, I don't really say that name. Or that
Well,
word that often.
it's plural, right? Or
burgled? No?
no? Well, you sure her home was burglarized, so she wasn't.
Whatever, man. This is
Okay.
just what the synopsis says.
All right.
She finds a new sense of purpose by tracking down the thieves alongside her obnoxious neighbor. But they soon find themselves dangerously out of their depth against a pack of degenerate criminals.
Would you say that Elijah Wood was?
He says it. He's obnoxious.
Okay.
He's like, people don't really like me because I'm obnoxious and just talk about kung fu and shit.
I don't think he was really obnoxious though.
If you're sitting there.
I did like his character though.
Yeah.
but
Well, like when imagine like sitting there, be like, hey man, so what you got to do is you got to turn your hip into the kicks and get full.
yeah,
So,
you got to get your full rotation on your
exactly.
kick so that way you don't blow out your knee. Yeah. So that's the movie. Who stars in this movie?
oh, sorry.
yeah.
So it stars Melanie Lynskey as Ruth.
Right.
She's from 2.5 Men. Is what she's mostly known for. Right?
Okay.
You never watched that. Okay.
No.
Elijah Wood.
Right.
He's in some movie with like some goblins.
Yeah,
and
somebody
hobbits
was
and
telling me
bullshit.
about him. Like he was something in like some movie with black and white, and there was some kind of City of Sin.
Okay.
There's also the one with some kind of fucking ring and dragons and shit.
Degenerate Town, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Devon Gray as Christian. Jane Levy, who I like a lot, as Des.
I like her too. I haven't
David-
seen her in a lot of stuff though, right?
Right. She's in that show where they're all the singing and stuff.
That's gone though. That was the playlist show.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that was gone.
Now I'm sad. That's all.
Yeah, because I knew I recognized her, and I was like, the face through it, and then the eyes too, because like she has like blue eyes,
Oh, yeah, she has
and I was
amazing
kind of
eyes.
like, all right, and that really poorly done chest tattoo of the octopus or whatever. But yeah, I like her.
She was in that Don't Breathe movie. With
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
First one was great. They made a second one.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
right.
called
huh?
Don't Breathe More.
Yeah. Stop breathing.
Yeah, it was Don't Breathe. It was Don't Breathe, and then Please Don't Breathe.
No more breath.
Yeah, breath. But I believe she was in that again. No, it was the guy. It was the old white guy. Was in it, but different premise. But I did like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so this is a very long worded title of a movie
For a short movie though.
for a very short movie, about an hour 36, give or take. What were your first thoughts of this movie?
I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. It's very similar to the style of that whole group of guys that makes these movies.
Okay.
So it felt like like the style wise, it all looks similar to those other movies.
Which other movies?
So the Macon Blairs in all the movies of Jeremy Saulnier. I forget how to say
Wait,
his
really quick. Did you know that he's making the fucking Toxic Avenger? And Elisha was going to be in it?
Jeremy is or Macon?
Macon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have heard a little bit about that, but okay.
Well, like I heard a lot of shit about Toxic Avenger over the years. They made a show about it that was on Sci-Fi or something, and apparently it was done really well, but it wasn't renewed or something.
But like that's the kind of stuff that I'm just not into like at all.
Sci-fi?
No, the like where it's like the so bad that it's good. Like
No, not like that. No, I mean like it was.
no, I
genuinely
know
good.
they're doing legit ones, but
Right.
just that whole style of that hipstery kind of movement with like the Winnebago Man and
Okay.
Room and shit like
Was
that.
it Winnebago Man a documentary?
No, that's like the tapes that people found or some shit like
Oh,
that. But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
they did the documentary about it, but everyone's like, "Oh, we have to find this guy."
I do recall watching
And
that
him just being,
like
like,
over
miserable?
a decade
Yeah.
ago, if not longer. I might have been in high school.
Isn't everyone just sad, just talking to this old man now? But whatever. It's
Right,
fine.
but he was like swearing to like, this fucking fly. Yeah. So I'll continue. So Macon is making movies about like
Well, so Jeremy Saulnier, he made the Green Room and Blue Ruin. Macon's in all those movies, and this is his directorial debut, I believe.
written and directed.
by him. So, but if you watch those movies, there's a lot of similarities between all of them. Like the biggest things are like
Revenge.
revenge,
Yeah.
normal people put in like extraordinary circumstances by their own by their own doing.
Yeah.
Like horrendously violent too. But
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, this got graphic,
yeah.
but like I wouldn't say it was horrendous. Like it wasn't like, oh my god, but
I'm sorry. How many hands you need to see explode?
that
for it
was
to
fucking
count
tight
as
though. That was
horrendously
dog
violent?
ass tight. I greatly enjoyed that. And I recall when they did a close up of that shotgun, I was like, oh, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't pull into that shot, and it's all.
I think you could tell like
it's all like
one
corroded.
side is corroded on
rusty.
one side. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, one barrel's gonna work, the other one's gonna explode. Right?
Correct. But when they blew off his fucking hand, I remember going, yes, like that was fucking tight.
Righteous.
Yeah. That was a Finding Nemo reference, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Completely polar opposite kind of movies that you'd.
Was it or was it not righteous? Thank you.
Okay. So this is a Netflix movie, and I did not know that, but obviously I think we had discussed that it's better to choose Netflix movies right now because it's not going anywhere. So that like it's not where I say, hey, we're gonna watch this episode, guys, and then it's off of Netflix or Prime. So my first note was the woman in the hospital. She kind of reminded me of the mom from Requiem of a Dream. Like,
Okay.
remember she's taking all the pills to, what was she doing, to lose weight or something? To be
She's
on the
gonna
show?
be on the game show.
Correct.
Alan Burston, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who Ellen Burt was. That was the
that's
game
who
host.
else.
Okay.
No, that's the actress.
Oh, okay. But her hair and everything kind of was up, and it just reminded me of her. But she's fucking fuckers coming in her, and she just fucking dies. And then the guy asked, like, "Did she have any last words?" And they look at her, and she's like, like I thought that was very funny.
I mean, that's kind of another staple of like their types of movies where it's kind of like the little bit of humor, like awkward situations, that sort of stuff too. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's
Well, one of the other parts that I laughed about really hard was when Elijah Wood was taking the shuriken out of the wall. He's like, I threw it that hard. Like, I remember laughing at it. Like, it's so stupid. And those people, so yes, he bought a laptop that was stolen, but he just lost all his money.
Yeah.
Not only did he buy that laptop, but it was stolen and she just took it away from him. So he just lost the money. But I did think that was funny that they had nothing to do with it. And, well, you know, like, like I need the cable too. And she's, oh.
that's that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's quirky, but yet the right amount of silly for the tone.
It's funny the trailer matches the tonal shifts of the movie. So like the trailer starts kind of silly, and which it is, and the movie is kind of silly at the beginning, and then ends kind of deadly serious.
There were still those few silly points,
Yeah.
even when she's like, "Nobody's gonna die," and they look at the guy, it's like, nobody else is gonna die.
I think Macon has more humor than the other movies too. So
Well, Green Room almost had, like, to me, like
damn near zero.
nothing. Yeah, just violence. Which
They play Nazi punks fuck off in front of Nazis. That's funny.
right, but also
Funny in like a bottle thrown at your head kind of way, but funny nonetheless.
Like they're gonna fuck you up. So you enjoyed this movie. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like I was very pleasantly surprised. It's not that I didn't have
high hopes.
correct. It's not like I was like, man, this is gonna be like the fucking best movie or the worst. But I just kind of like the perfect in the middle. And within a couple of not even 2 minutes into the movie, I was like, okay, this is silly, to a certain extent. But the lead woman, what's her name again?
Melanie, or Ruth character.
You could say, you're right. You said she's from 2.5 Men. Like, I couldn't. I know I've seen her face, but
Yeah, she's been in like a bunch of shit. I was like,
Yeah.
what is like her main thing? I'm like, no, she's from somewhere, but and I'm like, oh, that's what she was in.
Well,
I didn't really watch it that much, but I'm aware she's in.
was she like a recurring character?
Yeah, she's like one of their
Because she wasn't
girlfriends or
she wasn't
something
the
like that.
she was maybe the ex-wife of the guy that people say I look like
I don't remember.
sometimes.
Yeah, because the bigger gal was the maid,
Correct.
and I think
Bigger
she,
gal.
Yeah,
Is the,
I think she like hooks up with what's his face, but
The-
just makes fun
not
of
Charlie.
John Cryer all the time. I think.
oh, I thought it was Cryer's
she the
ex.
ex-wife?
Yeah, I thought it was the ex-wife.
Okay, that makes sense. We're gonna go with that.
Did
Even
you know
though
that
we might
people
be
said
wrong.
I look like Cryer?
No,
Oh, yeah, I've been told that.
no, you look like Pete Davidson.
Well, yeah,
With
no,
less
Pete
drugs.
Davidson looks like me.
Yeah.
Less drugs.
Actually, I think you're older, so yes, he does.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's just taller, more successful, and dating Kim Kardashian, and I'm not. But
I say you win in that.
I
Other than the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
I wouldn't say he has that much money, but I would say he's pretty well off.
Her money, not his.
Oh, of course, yeah. So if he knocked her up, he's set for life. Like that's like Kevin Federline, like with Britney Spears. Like, that motherfucker's set.
He's living federally.
That was very poorly executed, but good job. So, has anybody ever ruined a book for you? Like the guy didn't, like he didn't, like what's his name, Macon? That was Macon, right?
Yeah, he plays him, yeah.
Like how he ruined that for her, because like you could see her like excited to talk to him, and then he's like, yeah, who would have thought that's her dad? She's like, what? But has anybody ever ruined something, or even a movie?
I think like a movie or something like that, but not enough to like make me angry about it.
There was someone when what was it, Star Wars? What's the sixth one? No,
Revenge of the Sith.
no, the one after
I
the
know.
seventh. What's that one called again? Star Wars Quantum of Solace. Star Wars.
The new one with Daisy Ridley and all.
Correct.
The Force Awakens.
Correct. So, like maybe a few days after that came out, I saw it on Reddit that somebody on the back of their car put like Han Solo dies, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Now at that time I had already seen the movie, of course, but that's pretty fucked. Now, even leaving the theater, like, I can't believe Darth Vader's his dad, like that kind of shit. I mean, I'd be pissed. Was that Homer that said it, right? Yeah.
They walk it out.
But
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Has there anything ever, somebody's done anything that to...
No, I mean, I've heard about lots of times too. I'm like, you can tell me, it's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I tend to put stuff off watching it anyways. So I'm like, it might be a fucking year or two before I watch this motherfucker. So you can tell me, I might even forget. So it's not a big deal. But
Right. So then I could tell you what happens in The Boys?
What?
Yeah.
No. Don't tell me
Okay.
that one I'm on.
Did you watch Kenobi?
No.
Did you watch...
I still haven't watched Stranger Things either. I started it, fell asleep.
After the first episode?
Not a good... I mean, I was watching it late, but not a good sign.
It was 3 a.m, and you had to
Yeah.
go to work in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So Stranger Things I finished, and... Excuse me. I liked it.
Okay.
It definitely tied things decently to the beginning for like 11 and stuff like that. But they have one more full
That's all I've
season?
seen so far is the rampage at the beginning with
Right.
Modine.
There's a lot more to that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Did they like de-age her or
Correct.
something?
Yeah, they had to have.
That's
Because like when she's like the little version of like when she's young, they had to have, because it's definitely her still. They just Al Pacino, or not Al Pacino. Yeah, Al Pacino and
Pesci, De Niro.
Pesci. All 3 of them had it.
Yeah. Well, they're all playing younger guys.
How many cameras did they have on them? Like 3?
I don't know.
I think
Too
it was,
many.
yeah.
It's too many. That's what I had on it.
Yeah, one's too many already, because I mean they're old and decrepit. But yeah, Stranger Things I did enjoy. The Boys I did enjoy the whole season. Kenobi.
Wait, yesterday wasn't the finale, was it?
Yeah,
It was?
Mm-hmm. It's only 8 episode seasons. Yeah.
Dang. Okay, I'll watch that tonight.
Yeah, it's just barely an hour.
Okay.
What do you think of Jensen in there?
Who?
Jensen Ackles, Soldier Boy.
Oh, I mean, I hate the character, but...
Oh yeah,
he's
100%.
fine. What is he in? Or what was he in before?
Supernatural.
I never watched that.
See, I greatly liked Supernatural, even though every season the whole goddamn thing is repetitive. Like it's always kind of the same exact. A vampire. The next season, a vampire. Oh, there's a vampire. Like it's always the same stuff. But then it's like, oh, this season we're fighting these people, and this season we're fighting the devil, and always the devil comes back, or always this person, or Lucifer, not Lucifer. I'm sorry, like other bad people come back, and it's just,
Beelzebub.
yeah. But I finished the whole thing because I had committed already like 8 seasons.
Ponyo.
Yeah, Ponyo came out and possessed Sam and Dean. That was their names. When I first watched the first episode and they said his name was Dean, my first thought was Venture Brothers, because Dean and was it Hank and Dean?
I don't know.
Team Venture. Anyway, so but I did enjoy this movie a lot, and which is a surprise in a sense. When we watched the trailer a couple weeks ago and stuff, or over a month ago, I got it confused with the other one. the guy that did the Art of Self-Defense.
Oh,
like
Riley,
I thought,
yeah.
I thought it was like the other way around. But no, I liked it. It was the good amount, right amount of silly, good serious tone at times, and like you said, it puts the regular people into these situations that just escalate more.
Well, I like the idea of the violence. It like seems extreme, but it's kind of what happens when people are like not used to that violence or not put in those situations normally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Almost like stuff getting out of hand a little bit. Almost like a street fight or something where people are trying to act tough and then, someone falls down, hits their head on the thing, and then you're just
whip
fucked.
it back. Yeah.
Well, so like someone's like, what are you going to do? Like if you try to stab somebody, like it's not going to be fucking pretty. Not that like, you're like fucking Agent 47, like just wiring someone from behind.
That's a video game reference, just if you guys didn't catch that. By Eidos Interactive, if you guys didn't get that. It's a great game. They're still making those too. Yeah. But yeah, continue.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not perfect. Like, they're not...
Just throw you into a storage unit so that way the body's hidden, or then you're going to change costumes.
And then just non-playable characters go, huh? What was that?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm mixing games.
You mix Metal Gear Solid a little bit with
but, it's like sneaky professionals trying to be...
Huh? What was that? It's just a box. I fucking love Metal Gear.
But I mean, good. Like, it's somebody, like, they're like, oh, we're going to... I mean, it happens... Macon does it a lot in Blue Ruin, where he's just this normal dude. Well, he's like a homeless dude, but whatever. Like
a homeless person is a normal person.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay.
Mike, let's just get a little woke. Like they're not.
They're people too.
They are people too. They're. Granted, they should not be there. No, I'm kidding.
But like, yeah, it's like people trying to commit these acts, and it just. They don't know. So it's
imagine,
messy, it's
imagine
bloody,
being a normal
it's gross,
person and you have to aim a gun at someone's face.
Yeah,
you've never shot a gun before in your life. Yeah, I mean, to put yourself in a situation where you have to literally fight to survive. Like I mean, I would like to think, I can do it, but really, I mean, I've never had.
I mean, honestly, you'll never know until you're in that situation.
Here's the thing: what I'm gonna do is get my switchblade, and then I'm gonna say something about your mom, and then we'll
a knife fight.
Yeah,
we're gonna meet at that school, you and me.
Where you're gonna wear all black. With nobody there. If you want to bring that steak knife or whatever, that's real funny, bitch. Anyway, that was a Kill Bill Volume 2.
It's 1.
Oh, you're right. It's because it's the very first scene.
Yeah.
She goes to Vivica A. Fox. What was her name?
I don't remember.
California Mountain Snake?
Copperhead?
Oh, you're right. Because Beatrice was Black Mamba.
Yeah.
That was so good. Although I still like number 2 better.
Yeah, I remember being like, people were confused about it because it's essentially a different style of movie.
Yeah,
like 1 is a kung fu movie, 2 is a western, right? Kind of. So everyone's like, "Oh, Kung Fu Part 2."
Yeah,
and they was like,
"Blood, blood, blood,
that's not
blood."
what we're watching, but
there was. I mean,
later I've grown to appreciate it more. Yeah, 100%.
Like I think the most action is either the part with when they're fighting in the trailer, or just that maybe that 5 seconds where when Bill and her fight. But even then,
no, it's the trailer.
Well, I get it. It steps on the eye.
No, it is. You're wrong for suggesting.
Although I did enjoy the part where Bud buries her, and she like superhero through the dirt and stuff like that. But that 1-inch punch, like, there's no fucking way, man.
What did I just?
Bruce Lee.
Top Gun, the new Top Gun.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Motherfucker, I saw it with you.
Ah, shit!
Stupid idiot.
But anyway, remember where he crashes?
Hold on, there's a pause there, everybody. Because I looked at Mike like.
I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?" I was like, "Did I miss something? Did your cat die?"
Well,
on that
obviously,
day?
at the scene where they're on the beach and Miles Teller's flexing, the other guy's flexing. I was flexing my dick a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I was just stroking it.
Yeah, but I'm just being like the very beginning where he crashed his secret plane.
Yeah,
and he walks
when he's
into
going
the
like
diner.
Mach 12 or whatever. Yeah,
and then it just reminded me of Uma walking into the diner. Yeah.
And you see her walking from a distance, see all the dirt coming off of her a little bit and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, Kill Bill. So, do you think that she didn't own that house, huh?
The house she lives in?
Yeah. Because I think the detective said like, oh, your renter's insurance. And you wouldn't have renter's insurance if you owned the home, right? Because there'd be homeowner's insurance.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Okay. But then it just made me think buying a house in California fucking sucks. Like, I know. Well, I initially wrote that note before the cop had said.
I wonder where they are, though.
They never say.
Yeah, they don't say it. But
and I noticed that when I was reading one of the bios somewhere, it's like in an unknown, American town.
Well, the Christian guy, his wife has like an accent, like, "Hey, y'all, can't you come in for some coffee and some?" Yeah.
And what going to them real quick, I fucking loved that woman.
Yeah.
Like, she was great. He's like, they're not cops. She's like, I know, I'm bored. And like, she's clearly drunk.
Yeah.
But I really liked her character. Even the bodyguard, which makes me think, okay,
Well, she does her a solid at the end, remember?
Yeah. Well, truly, she stepped in front of her too, like, hey,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, when like she has like Ruth's pictures in the lineup.
Yeah, and she says no. But like, that's what I mean. Like, ultimately,
Which doesn't actually make that much sense to me.
to show the pictures.
Because like she can't just say that she wasn't there, or maybe she can say she wasn't there, or was she saying like, oh, she's not part of the
Yeah,
crew.
I think they were showing pictures like, hey, these are the people that are doing this, right?
She's saying like, oh no, she was a good guy.
Correct.
Okay.
Or just
that makes sense. Okay.
But there was a hesitation. It seemed like too. She's like,
Yeah.
It's not her. But it's
That was my dude's like, it's like you all to know I'm a hostage too in this situation.
yeah. Well, even the part where she walks in the house, she's not even holding the gun right. Like her fingers are not anywhere near the trigger, and but then you would think as that stepmom, the wife, that the other one with the double barrel was like, hey, she's pointing her gun at her too, like, keep going. So you'd think she would catch on to something like that.
Yeah.
But maybe she's so belligerent.
Well, no, in the situations like that are that high stress. I guess she's kind of high. She's maybe not that stressed.
Do you think she was
about it.
high?
Well, I mean, like
Drunk.
on pills
Sure,
and drugs.
Sure. Opioids. So, not to skip too far ahead, but yeah, I thought buying a house sucks. Do you think that the cops didn't care really that much?
I mean, what are you supposed to do though?
I know.
Like, isn't there like a dollar amount limit with like grand larceny at some point? Like anything below that is.
I think so.
petty.
Yeah. But it just seemed like they were still like, yeah, someone's gonna look into it. So, and that's them driving away. But I think.
But that kind of goes to Ruth's frustration, right?
Right.
Like, all this is happening. No one wants to help me. She feels alone in the world. Like,
Yeah.
even something happens like this, like, oh, this is a major moment in my life, and no one seems to give a shit.
Well, just like
do
when
anything about it.
when the laptop's turned on and she's calling 911, like, hey, I got this thing. Like, hey, we gotta get a warrant. Gotta do this. She's like, no. I'm like, man, I get it. There are procedures to everything, but I can see that being very frustrating.
It's right there. Go get them.
Yeah, I don't think I would go there.
Kicking the smoke bombs. Do that.
I know. I'd like a little firecracker. Like, hey, man, stop it. But I don't know if I would go to something like that, even if I knew, unless I brought like 10 people with me and somebody had a gun just in case. And like,
That's how you get arrested, though.
here's the thing. If I get arrested, then everybody's coming down with me because
They're not stuck in there.
yeah, yeah, you're not stuck. Or you're not stuck in here with me. Hold on, that's somewhere. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're all stuck in here with me. Fucking, I just want to watch Watchmen.
Yeah.
My God, although Zack Snyder, what can I say about
I
him?
don't understand the cult around him.
I do like him. Like, I think the Justice League that he would have done, I thought it was great. Like, I watched that whole thing and I liked it a lot. Even his newer ones, the Army of the Dead and Army of Thieves or whatever, like, I enjoyed those too. But the hype though, yeah, I don't know what he did, 500, 300, and
Dawn
that
of
was
the
all
Dead,
right.
yeah.
Like 2003 is Dawn of the Dead, right? A long time ago. Watchmen.
The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
What the fuck is that?
You remember that one, the owl movie, the CGI one?
No,
I can't remember what it has.
You know what? Maybe I do. Maybe
yeah.
I do vaguely remember that.
Ga'Hoole.
Sucker Punch. That was one there. He was fresh off of like. No, because Robert Rodriguez did Sin City. He was fresh off of something.
I don't know.
I think it might have been Watchmen, to be honest. And everybody's wanted to suck his dick because it was like, oh my god, it was violent, and they gave him like just free range to do whatever he wanted.
Was Watchmen universally loved?
I don't know.
I don't think it
Honestly,
was.
I enjoyed it. I think
did
you and I
it
saw
make a
it
lot of
together.
money?
I think it did.
All right. I don't know.
I enjoyed it. It was violent.
No, I liked it, but I'm like,
yeah, a lot of dick
I
in
don't
it.
know if it
Like blue dick, of course.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's the only kind of dick you want. I mean, it makes me think of like blue dick makes me think of things
I like to think of
like ice.
Crudup, right? Billy Crudup, the actor.
Oh, the guy that was Dr. Manhattan. I think so. I wonder if that was his real
I
dick.
like it of him in like a green suit with just a dick sleeve. Or just the little balls
No.
on his dick.
It's a cutout. So everything's green screen, but they have a cutout hole and his dick goes through it. So that way
Well,
they
no,
can
he's wearing
enlarge
like the little motion capture
Right,
suit with
right,
like
right.
little balls on his balls.
They're like BBs. little white BBs on his dick, so that way they can catch it. They can.
Billy, we're getting a lot of movement down below your waist. Could you just relax?
We're gonna tuck that in next time. We got to tape that down to his leg. You got it, guys. He was in that one movie with Anton Yelchin too, right? When they were doing the music from The Sun. That was
I don't know. It sounds great though.
It was, so I'll find the name of the movie, but the premise was, actually I can't say it because I'll ruin the movie. But basically, that guy is doing songs that his son had written.
Gotcha.
And Anton Yelchin was like his bandmate. It was quite good, and kind of like.
Oh yeah, Anton was in Green Room too, right?
Yeah. And it was
playing music.
Oddly enough, he's kind of I think there was even a couple times in watching this movie that I was like, that Elijah Wood kind of to me looked like Anton a little bit, just a little bit, but
short, skinny dude,
right,
kind of squirrely,
mm-hmm.
and little weird.
Right. He definitely
can at least play weird.
Yeah, he plays weird well. Elijah Wood.
Although I'd say Elijah plays weird more than he plays weird.
Oh yeah. Well, Yelkin's gone. But
isn't it Yelchin?
Yelkin. I think because he's Russian, right? Yeah. But he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm as well.
Oh, is he?
And he did so good because he was like a magician. Well, I'm putting this in quotes. He's a little kid in that, but he was saying he's a magician, and he did this trick. And Larry's like, "Show me how you did it." And he wouldn't do it. He's like, "I'm a magician." And he's like, "You're not a magician. You only know one trick. You're not a magician." And but Larry keeps pushing him to do it, and he won't give in. He's like, "Larry, you're not a magician. I can't. It's a magician's code." And he's like, "I'm a magician." And watch, and he does like a fucking trick, but it's stupid. He's like, "I'm a magician." He's like, "You're not a magician. I can't." But it's really good. God, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm so well. Anyway, so cops don't care. I do like when she said everybody's a bunch of fuck faces and dildos. Where is that sister from? I feel like I recognize her from somewhere else too.
I don't know.
She kind of reminded me of that woman that we talked about. That's always very soft spoken. She was in that Unbelievable show with Toni Collette, and had the girl from Booksmart in it too. She was in the movie. She was Schmidt's
fucking computer.
She was Schmidt's girlfriend for a little bit in New Girl.
Oh yeah,
like very soft spoken.
Oh my god,
I always forget her name. But
God, I hate you so much.
Yeah, but it kind of reminded me of her. Like they could have been like sisters or cousins. Okay. I like her a lot though. I know, but every movie she's in, it's always the exact same. Like everything, like the tone, how she talks a little bit slower. But I like it. I'm down for that. She's a great actor. What else can you say about this movie? What kind of notes do you have? I know you said you have more. Your notes aren't really about the movie, more so about.
Yeah. I mean, just to go on that, like how she's feeling. Like, well, one, she's depressed.
Definitely.
And it's
because she's taking medication. She definitely had some Coors in there. Do you think they were trying to hide that logo of the Coors? It seems like every time she was grabbing it, it was just turned just enough where it doesn't actually say Coors.
Maybe. Coors.
Coors. I do know how.
You get a long, hard day at work. Off the job site, you just want to get home, open the fridge, crack a nice bottle of Coors.
When I have my hard day at the lumber mill, and also the what's the one in The Simpsons where they're all gay?
Steel mill.
When I have my long day at the steel mill, I just want to get home and drink my Coors. Skewers, and drinking my Coors and eating some skewers.
Stupid.
But what else was gay in The Simpsons? It was steel mill. It was like 3 places. It was like steel mill. Oh fuck.
Oh, I can't remember.
So good.
The whole damn industry.
Because Mo was telling Homer or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, she's drinking Coors.
Right. She reminds me of, I don't know why it's flashed in my head because it's a movie that, whatever. But Sandra Bullock in Crash. Remember how she's just mad at everybody?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't she like it was Brendan Fraser's wife.
She's like the mayor's wife.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Or he's a DA or whatever he is.
You didn't like Crash though. Well, you didn't like that Crash 1.
Yeah.
But they won Best Picture.
But just it's kind of like how the movie starts. Like just every little thing that everyone's doing is just rubs you the wrong way.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we all have those days where it's like.
I think those are every day ending in Y with me. I'm just constantly.
Hey, anytime I'm within like 10 feet of my car, I'm like, this fucking what the fuck is it? Yeah.
Yeah. This motherfucker switched lanes and even use blinker when I'm like that all the fucking time. As long as I have one car length next to me, you know what I mean? Like if there's my car again, I don't use my blinker.
Yeah.
But
I never run into stuff like that blatantly rude, at least to me.
Well, you didn't grow up on Huntington Beach.
Well, that's a good point.
That place fucking sucks. Like those shots of those big diesel trucks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I told you about the I was in Riverside. I think I said on the last episode.
Gross.
Where it was like, I was far away from a truck and it said Biden on the
back.
back.
Yeah, but it was like, fuck Biden.
Yeah. I was like, that's it. Yeah. It was
Seems
literally
accurate.
that exact same fucking truck.
But it was like asterisk throughout or whatever. Like it didn't actually say fuck or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're still cowards.
Yeah. But I mean, like the people like literally like cutting in front of you, like at the grocery store and that sort of stuff. Like, I mean, me personally, I haven't run into that stuff exactly.
Right.
Like the driving stuff, 100%. I see it all the time.
I mean, I told you when I was not finally, but when I was like, I was gonna say like, what the fuck word am I looking for? Like I was remember that lady yelled at me and like she was like, go back to Mexico, and I was like,
you're racially
not profiled, you know, whatever. And like,
we're the worst.
I don't remember what I don't know what to call it, but like, yeah, she just thought I was from Mexico.
Racially attacked.
Yeah. But I don't know how she could have.
I got racism.
Is it because I'm slightly tan-ish?
I guess so.
And I have black hair? But the story of it, everybody, was I had to get into a lane. I didn't know this lane turned right only. So I had to get in, and she wouldn't let me in. So she went past me, and then I got behind her, and I could see her looking at me in her rearview mirror. So I gave her like a thumbs up, and then she like shook her head, and then we went to the same stop sign. But I was still in front of her because there's only one lane, or I was behind her. And so she went, and then I went, and then we ended up going in the same complex. But she was on the far end, and then I was on. I mean, she was probably a football field away, if that. And so I saw her, I knew her car, and I gave her a thumbs up again. I'm like, she's not going to fucking see this. So I was like, hey, good job, lady. You're a fucking bitch. And then I'm reversing into my spot because, I'm a fucking G.
Hell yeah.
And then I see her coming up because, I'm facing out. And then she stops in front of my car, and she's like saying shit, but my windows are up and everything, and my car's not off yet, so the radio's still on, all that stuff.
Britney Spears still blasting.
Of course, yeah. No, if anything, it was actually NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye.
Okay.
And so I turn off my car and I open the door. I'm like,
you're just doing the hands to her. She can't see.
Everybody, but it ain't no lie. So I open the door. I'm like, I can't fucking hear you. And she's like, learn how to drive. Go back to Mexico. And I cackled. I'm like, what? And then she like speeds off. I'm like, oh, you're really fucking tough. Like you're gonna say some shit and drive away.
Like everyone.
Remember when that person said to you like fucking beaner? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like I was like, wow, you coward. Like you fucking white old guy.
I mean, but it's better. Like, what do I want to beat up an old white dude?
Yes.
Like, on the pavement.
And I would have been there with you. Just like, so as he's on the ground, I just drop my knee right onto his forehead.
Yeah.
And then we take his car and drive away. And then we fit the profile. But, I mean, it's just cowardice. And so she speeds away. And as she speeds away,
what are you going to do? Beat up an old lady?
She wasn't even old. I would say she was maybe 5 years older than me.
Oh, so you're not sure if you could have taken her. All right.
I mean, I might have been able to. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It just tases me. But, I mean, really, if I'm ever in a street fight.
Stranger danger.
Yeah. And it's like bear mace or something like that. So it's like a bright green. But I feel like like I've told you this, if anybody's ever bigger than me or I know that I have a chance of losing a fight, I'm just going straight for the crotch. Mm-hmm. Woman too, just straight.
No rules at a street fight.
Oh, absolutely not. Like if push came to shove, I'm putting my thumbs in someone's eyes. I don't fucking care. Ooh, wait till the boys. So anyway, but yeah, she sped away, and I remember looking like this is me. I was acting it out for Mike, but I was turning to see like her license plate and stuff, and I was like, got it. And not like I'm gonna really do anything, but then that part of the complex I did because I would go that way when I was going to the basketball court because there's one down the street, and I've seen her car. I'm like, I'm never gonna forget this. Like you fucking. And every now and then I think, I wonder if
you're gonna drive down the highway,
right?
And it's gonna be her car overturned.
Highway. Yeah, on fire.
On fire.
She's on the side on fire, and nobody's helping
she's like
her.
Halfway out. She's like, help me, and then you're just gonna have that moment.
I veer into it a little bit,
run over her head.
It's like hand and like a little bit of her, like my tires skid her face. Like that's what you get for saying, yeah, like fucking piece of shit. But again, I sort of had growing up too. People, because being in Huntington Beach, people think I was like Mexican and stuff because I was darker, I guess. But far from it, being white and Filipino. I guess that's not that far, being Filipino. Anyway, so back to the movie. Dan, why did he suck? The sister's husband. He was just like an ass. Like she's like, hey, is it okay if we spend the night? And she's like, yeah, Dan will make a bed for you. He's like he rolled his eyes and he sighed.
I mean, that's kind of like the the apathy that the world is giving her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because even her friend, it's her friend or her sister?
Sister.
Okay, I guess it's sister. Like her sister's kind of just going through the motions too, right?
Yeah.
Like she'll
be okay.
She's saying and doing the things like they're
That'll
patting
do.
her on the
That'll do, pig.
but not actually caring. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, it's better than doing nothing. You know, your actions speak louder than whatever. But like she doesn't really. She's like, oh, you want to? That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Even
kinda,
Dan.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, hey, her house got broken into. Oh, man, that sucks. And he just continues his day, opens a window or whatever.
But I mean, if she's actually depressed, like she just might be a bummer to be around in general.
True.
So he's like, oh, this goddamn sister's here again, just to bum me out and bum our daughter out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe that's where he's coming from, or he's just a dick, like everyone in the world is.
Well, it's like even when she called him later in the movie, and he was like, and like he reluctantly answered like, "Hey, she's still at work." She's like, "Oh no, I was just calling you." He's like, and he's like busy with, and I like that the daughter farted and she was in the tub, like, and he was like, "Oh yeah," like I thought that was kind of cute. And my other note here, I wrote that Elijah reminds me of Paul Dano, and the reason for that being is because he's been in many movies too that are well received, but like not very well, like Swiss Army Man or whatever that is, or was it Swiss
Love and Mercy? Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's been in many movies that just like
They're just
under the radar,
yeah.
right? Under the radar, but yet great movies. Yeah. Even Robert Pattinson, he's in some movies like that. That's just like critically acclaimed, but yet not big blockbusters and stuff. I mean, Lighthouse was not a huge movie, but it did well. It was 4:3, huh? It was shot in 4:3.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's how Justice League was.
I think it's one of those films where it's like he shot it like on a super old camera.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
On film.
Yeah.
Like
it
had to use
just making
like
it harder on
old
yourself.
Techniques and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, now I want to watch it again. I don't really, but I kind of do.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's
once you see it,
watch,
once you see it, you're kind of good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching.
It does look pretty though. Like, I don't know.
It's sharp.
Sharp.
What's another movie that you could say that it's like one and that's good?
Oh, you see it the one time and then I'm good.
What's the one where the games, something games with those two teenagers?
Oh, Funny Games?
Yeah, for sure.
Those are brutal. Although it's remade, so you have to watch each one twice or once.
I saw the remade. Even the remade one, I was like, I don't need to see this ever
That's
again.
the same director. He just remade it.
Oh, okay, for America? Yeah. Okay. What else? Anything with Miley Cyrus. I don't know why you'd ever watch anything. What's that? There was one that I was listening to, How Did This Get Made? And the review in the movie is called LOL. And I always thought, let's laugh out loud. But in this one, they're saying it's lots of love. Now, to be fair to that,
I don't like that at all.
When LOL, like when I was like 12 and I was in the AOL chat rooms, blasting it out.
Yeah.
I'm almost
Open for business, ladies.
Yeah. What's your ASL? Tell me your ASL. If you guys don't know that, I'd listen. It's age, sex, location. So, but LOL, I do believe was lots of love when it initially came out, and then it just migrated to laugh out loud. I believe, because again, me, 12-year-old Brandon, that's 86, so 99. Please, is that right?
Fucking just shaking my head.
99.
What?
99, 98? Because if I was 86.
If you're 12?
Yeah.
98.
Yeah. I get it. I could do the very same. You put a zero at the end of that. It's just what I did was I go, okay, anyway. So, but I mean, I was heavy in those chimes. That's when dial-up was still a thing. And then it went to, DSL, and then cable. Yeah. And they made it seem like if you had DSL and you don't have cable, like, chump. But, I mean, now everybody has fucking cable or wireless. But I was very much in those chat rooms, like, all day. I think my old AIM screen name, my very first one was Wet Will 9414 because World Industries and Wet Willie. But somehow, I don't know how I ended up getting to Lurkin, like Hard Lurk or Lurk Harder. There was Lurk to the Extreme. Any variation to that, but you were never in like the AOL chat rooms, right?
Not really, not that much.
What about Yahoo?
No, not really.
There was times when I would play.
Well, there's pending litigation, so I really shouldn't speak
about
it.
Yeah, you were part of the Stickum. You were there's where Stickum got taken. Did you know what Stickum was? It was that webcam one. So let's talk more about this movie. But yeah, Elijah reminds me of Paul Dano a little bit, and I do like how intense Elijah is in this movie at times. Again, the throwing the shuriken. He didn't actually hit the guy with that mace, right?
No, when the guy pulled it,
he hit himself.
Yeah.
That was a good scene still. Yeah.
So getting back to her just hating the world, the only time that's kind of, not the only time, but one of the time that it's happened to me where it's just like unexplained rage that just burns inside of you. I was just driving
When you met me.
when I saw you for the first time.
Yeah. This fucking piece of
You're
shit.
gonna work here like every time I'm here. All right, whatever. But no, just in a car, and the car's like I'm one lane over and then one car behind, so the car's just kind of diagonally in front of me.
Sure.
And then just like a window goes down on the side. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then just fucking garbage just comes out. And they just throw it literally just on the street. And it's one of those things where like, do I have to like get up and like tap on their window? Like, hey, motherfucker, like, what the fuck are you doing?
So you were on the street, like
Just on the
stopped
street.
at a light?
Stopped at a light. Mm-hmm. And the fucker just bzzz, windows down. Just fucking, it's like a Big Mac box or something.
Okay.
I'm like, what the like,
I mean, I've thrown trash out of a window before, but like not,
you literally
not
just
big
became
things like that.
my least,
Here, let me
my
finish.
not
though.
best
Let me
friend
finish,
anymore.
though. But I think
So
I make
explain
up for
yourself.
it. I think I make up for it. Here's what happens. So when I go to places and they're like, "Hey, do you want to?"
This shit's whack, bro, and you just throw it out. And
Yeah. That's exactly how I sound. That's never how I sounded. Even when I lived in Huntington Beach, never did I have that. Although, do you think I have a laid back, like
laid back? No, nothing about you is laid back.
well, just the way I like how I just kind of like get over things, or I'm like, all right, let me just.
Oh, no, okay.
Like,
I
I'm
think I'm
just-
similar that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Let's just be done with this. Like, let's move on. But
Can you be sarcastic and laid back?
yeah, why could you not? Well, okay.
I
For some
guess.
reason, the first for some reason the first person I thought about was somebody sarcastic and maybe a little high strung. TV.
Joe McHale?
Okay, I was going for Chandler Bing.
Oh, yeah.
Very sarcastic, but yet he would like that.
Yeah.
He's like freaking out. But
That's more sarcastic and neurotic.
okay, neurotic, yes. But he's very sarcastic, and I don't know if I'm that sarcastic. I mean, do you think sarcastic and smartassness is like one and
Man,
the same?
that is a good question. Yeah, I guess you're not that sarcastic.
I'm a smartass.
I think I am more than you are.
Oh, I don't think that's factual.
Not smart ass. Sarcastic.
I think I'm more sarcastic than you are. I think
I don't
I'm throwing out a
know.
lot of shit all day. Just
Yeah, but I'm more,
like
mine are more clever.
Remember when you
Mine
said
are
you
think-
literally texted
mine are
me?
thinkers.
You literally texted me days ago, like, "Hey, I missed that joke that I said about the ball."
Yeah, but that wasn't a sarcastic joke. That was just
Wasn't
a
it,
zinger
Mike?
joke.
Either way, you're missing the sarcasm that I have.
Nah.
Because I think you're very sarcastic. So anyway,
No, I guess you are. Okay, yeah.
I like that's why I think
You
we're
have
so
more
good
like
at friends,
the,
though.
You have more like the over it, like like right after something happens. You know, kind of like the like, oh, this happened. Like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Well, my mentality
You don't
is
say
this:
whatevs,
like
but-
never. When somebody when they broke into my car, right? What am I gonna fucking do about it? Like they shattered the window. Am I gonna find the person? Yes, and I did, and they're dead. But I'm not gonna.
You went
cry
to their mansion. You blew their hand off.
right.
And you shot them up.
And then I was
through
like, "Here, shoot this gun," and then they blew up their other hand, and then then they tried to tackle me, and I shot him through the face. But
You threw your snake at him and
yeah,
bit him in the face.
do you think he's dead?
Oh, fuck, 100%.
I mean, you never know, right?
He's in the woods, dying of poison.
And the wood needing in his.
Wooden is it?
But back to what I was saying. That's why I think you and I are such good
That's
friends.
a good question.
Because of not only our wit, the quick wit that we have, but our quick wit. Yeah. Wibble. Tuesday, Thursday, today, tomorrow,
Although
Saturday,
I
Sunday.
I'm a little uncomfortable talking about how awesome we are. That seems like
It's not. I'm not saying that we're awesome at all. If anything, that's going against us.
It's pretty douchey.
It's going against us.
I'm here for it, but it's
I'm
pretty
not talking about dick sizes or girths. I'm talking about our
or
personality.
lack thereof.
A very lack thereof. I mean, if you think about the ratio of pubes to penis.
Oh yeah, it's not.
The pubes, it's like a 2 to 1 ratio. But anyway.
When you're -3 pubes to 1 dick, it's not looking good.
And then when you compare your penis to what a pencil would be when it comes to the girth, but not length, then there's a problem. So
We're talking mechanical pencil, right?
of course, yeah, the lead, only the lead.
The point
I use 0.7. I'm a perfect 0.5, but some days I'm a 7.
Oh my God.
There have been those days of the 10s, but those are extreme days. Did you ever use 0.10?
I don't.
That's fucking thick. But it's like using a regular sharpened pencil, but when it's dull, so it's like the flattest, like just... and you're just rubbing wood. It's not even the lead anymore. Anyway.
Use that one on chalkboards because it's so thick.
No, it's just
black.
It's just the lead.
Your fucking head's all black. You bounce the two hands together, just a black smoke.
I had to step away from the mic. Yeah, it's instead of it being chalk, like just think a piece of chalk, but it's all lead.
He's walking to the classroom, looks like Dustin from Prince. Oh, what are you guys learning to here? Jesus Christ.
So
Forensics class.
Yeah. Today we're gonna learn how to dust for Prince. I've already pre-dusted the room for you guys. I sharpened 6 pencils. I shook around the lead. But you still see like fingerprints all over the room because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so hot now. So anyway, back to us being awesome.
Stupid. Jeez.
Again, that's why I think we're such good friends that we could just be so sarcastic and charming at the same time. It's really more of a burden, but yeah, I get it. So I get my voice back. So what is it? It was when the porn comes up on his computer. Oh, it's a glitch.
That's my favorite joke where he's like acting like, oh, I'm gonna hack into the system. He's just a Google search.
And then the porn comes up.
Yeah.
I need a credit card, and he's kind of like looking at her, so she has to get her wallet out.
I did like how he had a like moral compass on him.
Sure.
Like even like that's not your lawn dragon or whatever the fuck she took. Like you should not have that. And that
It was the lion, right? Yeah. I do like. I wrote that on here. He says, "Not the giraffe," and she's like walking to, and she like goes the other way. Man, giraffes are fucking dumb. But the stepmom made me sad, but at the same time, she's great. When the bodyguard. So what? The guy's a lawyer, apparently. Like, what lawyer needs a bodyguard?
I mean, maybe some of his clientele is shady and nefarious.
And he
Like
kind of seemed a little
yeah.
shady and nefarious. And that son. Oh, so the scene with the son.
Plus, it's also just an overreaction in the movie. Like, show me your hands, like clearing
Yeah.
all the rooms.
Yeah, that's what I wrote when you just hear in the background, clear,
kitchen clear, guest bedroom
and you
clear.
see him go by, and he still has his gun drawn and going by him all. And he say, "We're good, we're good." He puts his gun away. That was a Glock, by the way. But
Also, it's funny. Like, he's doing all that, and then when it actually comes to it, he's like immediately disarmed by her with the gun at the door. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, what do you think
Like,
he's gonna do though?
Look
Right?
through the peephole before you even open the door.
At the same time, though, it's like, what do you think he's gonna try to do? If someone's pointing a gun, he's gonna try to pull real quick and then pop off like one or two. But yeah, I mean, you guys just gotta find the right time and pop off, because he did try. I mean, he put that he put the 9 because the gun that they had was not loaded. That was a 1911. That's obviously he just doesn't know. He's just pulling it to try to shoot, and then he got shot like right in the belly, and still had enough strength to like try to fight back a little more. Unfortunately, he was shot in the face or upward.
Yeah.
So not only does it
brain,
like jaw, nose, all that, and just through the head.
He got wardened from Shawshank.
Yeah. I'm starting to cool down. That's good. So, do you think that you could take the kind of stuff into your own hands, like she did, like try to do all this shit, like be a vigilante?
No, of course not.
So you couldn't be like Bronson, or you couldn't be like hey, this ain't over.
Well, what's his face? The Macon said like he likes this as a companion to falling down. Like someone just
with Michael
pushed over
Douglas.
Yeah. Pushed it. Actually, he said his house was broken into too, and they stole his laptop, and he had this kind of a similar interaction with the police, where like they just didn't really care that much.
Right.
So that's kind of where
police?
his inspiration for the movie. Okay. So, but especially something like that, like it would suck, getting stuff stolen. But what am I gonna fucking chase people down in the streets?
Right.
Even remember the other day I got rear-ended, and I was gonna like, where are we supposed to park and pull over?
Wait, when you didn't tell me this?
How did I not tell you this?
How did you not tell me this?
Did you not see this cast on my arm?
Oh, I guess that does make sense. And it says Mill Pool on it.
Mill
Tell me this
is
story.
Homelander.
Yeah.
No, but
that's a reference to the new season, everybody, if you didn't catch that.
I got rear-ended, and I was like, okay, well, it's like a street with no...
Street with no name?
Yeah, street with no name.
It's a street. Okay, sorry.
So I'm like, I'm going to pull into this driveway. I'm like, this motherfucker's going to speed off on me. I fucking know it. Pull over, and of course, they just fucking book it. And then the freeway entrance is right there. I'm like, well, shit, what are you going to do? So I got out and just looked at my car. It wasn't that much damage, but like, we'll just be
When was this?
2 months ago, maybe.
You've never told me this.
No, yeah.
It's all right.
Oh, I didn't tell you my other story then. So that's the back of my car.
Oh, good.
Put a little scuff on it. It's almost nothing.
Got some nail polish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but like, I'm like, what am I just gonna be angry all day? I'm like, it is what it is.
Just like I'm saying, when someone broke into my car, what am I gonna fucking do?
I was at a new car wash, the one in Brea,
At the car wash.
and
This is like the 5th song reference that I've made. Anyway.
I'm going through, and like the lady in front of me, the guy was kind of guiding her left or right just to catch
turn her wheel.
Yeah.
Right.
She took a couple extra turns. I'm like, okay, whatever. We get to the end where it's like flashing yellow light, and when it turns green, put it back in drive, and you take off, right? So as like the roller is coming down, it's blocking my view, and then it comes back up. I could see her car kind of like sort of veering to the side. I'm like, oh no, she's not putting it in drive. She doesn't know what she's doing. And then the roller goes down again, comes back up, and I'm like right on her now. I'm like, fuck. So I try to put my car in park and press the brake.
The rollers?
But I'm on. If this one has like a conveyor belt, I'm like, well, I can't stop. So I just hit her car at like 2 miles an hour. And I guess it pushes her enough to get out of her goddamn head out of her ass to put it in drive, and then take off. I'm like, God damn it. Now I hit this stupid lady. But she just takes off into the street and leaves. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to deal with that. So then I pull over to where, do the vacuuming. And then I look at my car. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fucked up in the front. But it just bent my license plate.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. But it's 2 accidents in like literally like a 2-month span.
But they both drove away.
We haven't just fucking, nobody
both
cares
uninsured.
about shit.
Yeah.
So.
Actually,
I'm starting to agree with Ruth now. This is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Pick up your dog's shit.
Although that front one's probably better because it would have looked like I hit her, but whatever.
Well, you did. But it wouldn't have been your fault because ultimately she didn't go. Also, you're on the conveyor belt, so you can't stop. But really, there should be somebody monitoring those people, too, if they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Hey, put your car in drive. But...
I mean, they did have kind of a small light, like the little flashing green.
I know exactly what
They
you're
need like
talking
a sign that says,
Yeah.
fucking go.
Because Hyundai right now, when I take my car in, they don't have the car cleaning there because they're doing construction. So they give you a ticket to go to this one down the street. And when you go there, it's the exact same thing. Like you get to the end, it's still yellow. It's like, just wait. And the thing's like blowing air. And then when it's green, and it's a light that's like maybe 8 inches, like diameter. And diameter is the whole thing across. Okay. And because radius is only half, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, shit.
If we want to find the area.
That's the whole interior, right? Right? That's all the inside of it? Yeah. Okay. Then what exactly is the... No, I'm kidding. I don't want to sound... I was going to say circumference, but I didn't want to... So anyway. So pi is 3.1...
2 pi r, or pi times d.
How far can you go in pi?
Huh?
Like, do you know how many numbers of pi do you know?
Oh, like 3.14151, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't even think I knew that. I mean, there was a contest at school that whoever does longest gets a pi. So anyway... That was middle school, by the way.
It's the last time I learned anything.
Yeah, anything math related. Yeah, long division was the last thing I really put in my head for math.
Because I mean, there was one time where I did hit somebody's car, like just fucking with my stereo, and then whatever. And I called my insurance, like, hey, I hit this. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Just letting you know. And then kind of nothing came of it. So it was like a young girl and her friend. So maybe they were borrowing their dad's car, and
maybe.
When we pulled over, literally looked like no damage on either of our cars, but she's probably just like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. Tell my dad. So I don't know. I'm assuming but nothing ever happens. I'm like, it's a fucking hassle, which it is. So
it's really not that. Like there's only been 2 times.
Oh
where
yeah.
I've
if I get hit, I'm fucking fall.
I'm gonna get out. My neck. Oh, my neck. And you got hit at 2 miles an hour.
I was getting ready to play it up when I pulled over, and the guy pulled off. I'm like, son of a bitch. All right. Well,
I think you should have followed that motherfucker.
Oh, I tried. I spun my car around and tried to get on the freeway, but it was nighttime and I couldn't.
Coward.
I was fucked up.
I would have found him, chased him, and
I hauled ass. I tried to get on as fast as I could, but I just lost him. I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, buddy, life is a highway, and I don't know the rest of that song. Life is a highway. I won't. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Is it all my own or all night long or I don't know what
I don't care. So the son, Christopher or Christian, what they call him, Chrissy, Kristen.
I think his name's Christian. She called him like Christy or something.
Okay. So he got hit in the throat, dying for sure. Like probably destroyed his windpipe or whatever the fuck. And he gets hit by a bus, which I was like, obviously you see that kind of shot that wide. I'm like, he's gonna get hit by fucking something, and I'm glad it was a bus because it did enough where he's hit and they actually shattered the windshield too. I was like, okay, so they put time into that so you can see it. But he was gonna die anyway. So even if he didn't get hit by the bus, like he was like, like he couldn't, like there's no fucking way. But I did not anticipate them to drive up and hit her. Like I thought they're just gonna shit, she's calling the fuzz and just take off. But then she became an accomplice, and
I mean that's a fun twist.
Yeah. To be a part of it, that's to keep her involved still. What do you think made Elijah, or what was his character's name? Alex. Why do you think he put together to go to that person's house? Because he didn't see who the dead person was, and she's not there. Like, what do you think prompted him to want to go there too?
I mean, that's kind of Tony is his name.
Tony, I said Alex.
I think that's the only place she could be. Really?
Why she went to go get some food?
No, but he can see that someone broke into her house again.
Well,
so who else?
I don't know if he saw that she broke anywhere broken. I know he saw the glass, the broken beer bottle, and then he saw the foot thingy.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't necessarily mean
or attacked or whatever. You're not broken in.
I don't know. Would I put that together? I guess maybe.
There's the foot thing.
Right.
There's a broken thing. Her door's open. She's not there.
Right.
Some shenanigans are going on with the police outside.
All right.
Obviously, that's the last place we were. So let me go check out and see if she needs help.
That guy that played Christopher, pretty good.
Yeah, he's
like
scuzzy piece of shit.
Yeah, like
upper decking that fucking toilet. Oh
like I thought to myself too, like, do people still do that? And I mean, obviously, I guess they would. But like when he was looking in the mirror and like he wasn't actually screaming. Yeah. I was like, fuck.
He looks like Joe Jackson, the singer from the 80s. That stepping out.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Or is she really going on with it? That guy.
He did that song too.
Yeah.
And whenever I say anything with Jackson, I think of course the Jacksons. Yeah. But
obviously, well, plus he has the name of the dad, but it's different. It's a British,
right,
it's a British guy. Yeah.
Because Joe Jackson didn't.
Well, like just like small head, blonde hair, creepy smile. Yeah, it looks exactly like him.
He could be. He could have been in the Real Slim Shady music video.
Yeah, exactly.
For the 2000s too. Yeah, another dated reference of how old we are. So hit by a bus. If not hit by the bus, he's still dead. I did like how they used some wordplay in there too, where he's like, "I said I was sorry." She's like, "Actually, you said fine." Like when he picked up the shit and walked away. But I did like that they had the occasional callbacks to the like conversations and things. They look fucking stupid. Why did I write that? I know it was something. Oh, she's asking about his tattoos, where she's like, "Did you do those tattoos yourself?" He's like, "Yeah." Well, they look fucking stupid. Which I was like, is this really needed in this but I mean, I do like that it was in there. It was silly.
Well, that's kind of like one of her turns, right? At the end, like she's tired of running away. She's like, it's rockin' time.
Yeah.
Like, fuck this guy.
Literally, like two rocks, like two large rocks. And what else? You want the juice in it. Oh, so the very end scene where Elijah's cooking and Dan's there. He's like, oh, yeah, those are done. He's like, no. He's gonna stay on longer. He's like, no, you want the juice in there. Like I was laughing at that too because Elijah's like,
I am glad he's alive. Like
they kind of definitely made it seem like he was dead. And that's what I was gonna say too. Is like, man, if they end this with him dead, like they made the worst ending because you want to at least have.
It's kind of nihilistic. Like it's a bummer.
But that's real life too, right? Like he got stabbed 4 times.
Yeah, but isn't this life enough of a bummer for that to end that way too?
I get it. And they did kind of make it seem like he might have been dead because of the smoke and stuff, but he's just barbecuing. Although you did see his cane there, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so he needs
That's what I'm like, oh, then he must actually be there because it's cane. And
unless she's really just imagining things. And also Dan is dead too, and they're just barbecuing together. But anyhow, so you like this movie, right?
Yeah.
I like this movie. We haven't decided what our next movie is.
Oh.
So, the tables have turned. We had on Netflix. So there's that one that the Artist at the Fence guy did. There's Sorry for Bothering You.
Oh yeah, we should do that one.
Okay,
I heard that's really good.
So that is talk a little bit as I look so that way I can tell that's on Netflix. Definitely, is it Sorry for Bothering You?
Sorry to Bother You. But anyway, yeah. So I enjoyed this movie. Mm-hmm. Watched the other ones that Jeremy directed because they're kind of similar style and they're both really good.
Blue Ruin and what?
Blue Ruin. Green Room.
I don't know if I want people to watch Green Room. I mean,
that's a fucking great. It's worse.
I know it's good, but at the same time, it's fucking violent.
That movie is. I mean, his are a little different because like the criminals in that, at least because the criminals in this movie are just as inept as Ruth and Tony are.
Right.
But like Green Room is good because those guys are not inept. Like
and Professor X is in it.
Yeah, and they're fucking deadly serious in that shit. So it's scarier. But both good. He did like a Hold the Dark movie, but it's another Netflix movie, but I haven't seen that one. I think Jeffrey Wright is in it. It's set in like the snow or some shit like that. But I heard that one's a little boring, but that's the other one you have to watch.
So I think I asked you this earlier. You have not seen Doctor Strange yet?
No.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. It's been on there for a couple weeks now, so I would watch it. And did you watch the old X-Men cartoon, right?
Of course.
So I'll just ruin a part. So Professor X, if you haven't seen it, he is in it.
What?
I know.
No, they show like his hand walking,
but like
in
his
chair
yellow hover chair.
Oh, he has the hover chair.
Yeah.
No shit.
But when he comes in here,
really?
I remember going like yes, and
it's boner.
Yeah, I had a nerd erection.
Yeah.
Very similar to a love erection, but for nerding.
Yeah, okay.
So, but yeah, I would watch Doctor Strange. I greatly enjoyed it. There were a few jump scares in it, but I think it was good. So anyway, our next movie that we're going to watch is called Sorry to Bother You. It came out in 2018. It is considered a comedy fantasy, so that actually makes me concerned that it's a comedy fantasy.
It's weird.
I've heard that it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's not like fucking weird. But Tessa Thompson's in it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Tessa Thompson.
What's the main guy's name? I forget his name too.
LaKeith.
Yeah, he's Stanfield.
Yeah. And then Stephen Yeun is in it.
Stephen Yeun's in it?
Armie Hammer's also in it.
Oh, is he really?
That's going to be the second movie to do with that fuck face.
I don't know how we just keep circling around these same assholes like over and over again.
Like it's Armie Hammer. It's fuck. There's one other idiot that we had talked about too, and it was like a second movie that we had done. Oh fuck! I don't want to go back and look at all.
Spacey.
What was the two that Spacey was in?
I don't know, but
he directed one of them.
Fucking name just keeps
he was in
coming up.
one, and then he directed another one. I was like, wait,
that we watched? No.
Yeah, didn't he direct Social Network?
No.
Or not direct. I'm sorry, not direct. Produce. He produced something.
Yeah.
I said direct. He produced something. Was it Social Network? There?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. And I was like, ugh. But and then also having Armie Hammer. It also has Omari Hardwick, and Jermaine Fowler. Ooh, Danny Glover's in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Riggs. Fucking A. Fucking A. Riggs. I'm getting too old for this shit. What is he? He's always going to retire, right? Yeah, he's fucking up. They're going to make another one.
With both of them?
Yeah, and fucking Pacino. Or not Pacino, I'm sorry. And
Pesci.
Joe Pesci. I hope Renee
They're
Russo.
all retired, right? Please.
Oh, they have to be. And they have something's going to bring him back or something. Because, like, it was...
What's that movie, like 70 years old now?
Yeah, they got to be close to it. Let's see. Danny Glover... I mean, I'm going to say he's a modest 66.
72.
He is 75.
Dang.
So then how old do you think Mel is?
68.
I don't know. Well, actually, let me click Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Man, he looks crazy. He is 66.
Yeah, pretty close.
He's 10 years, basically 10 years, 9 years younger than him. Good for him. But no, something that I read was either the original writer for the first Lethal Weapon or somebody that's involved that was going to do it passed away. But on his deathbed or whatever, he was like, I need you to Mel. He was like, I need you to direct this. And apparently Mel went to the studio like, hey, like he's saying, and they're like, okay.
I mean, why would you not want him to direct it?
Oh, of course.
Like, as big a fucking weirdo as he is, like
weirdo. I would say weirdo is a very
generous
kind word. Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit.
But like
he can direct the fuck out of
exactly. I was like, he can direct. See, that's the problem with this. It's like,
yeah,
they're a piece of shit, but yet their work
100%. I'm
like,
with you.
Fuck
these guys.
Yeah.
God, I love you so much. God damn you, Roman Polanski. Why the fuck is Chinatown so
Kevin
good?
Kevin Spacey, you piece of shit. LA Confidential, like House of Cards, fucking piece of shit. And he was guilty in the UK. He was found guilty for both counts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, that's good.
I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know if he has to.
Fucking R. Kelly got, what, 30 years, something like that?
At least.
Hell
yeah. And R. Kelly, I mean, as he should. But something else has come out about R. Kelly now, too. So, like, I think more charges against him. Yeah, and then the fucking poor prime minister of Japan, shot with that homemade gun.
Shinzo.
And, I don't know how he went to that. But anyway, so, dang.
I saw the videos there, but I have not watched. I don't want to watch that.
I saw a video of it too. You can't really, I saw two angles. One straight on, and the camera's and gets all fucked up. But the person shooting the wide, you definitely see the gun. You see like the smoke and the noise. and then when the camera finally, he kind of collapses, and the camera pans to the right, and then you see the Secret Service, the bodyguards are tackling the guy, but like the gun, like it's some like fucking redneck engineering shit.
It's like all taped up or something.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, and there's like 6 barrels on it or something like that. So, but the guy used to work. I believe it was like he used to work for the government.
It looks like the gun, the Toon gun from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the big with the singing bullets.
Yeah. You know, because I told you I was watching the Red Letter Media thing and they're reviewing Who Framed Roger Rabbit and they were talking about that. I never noticed this, but so obviously, what's his name? Bob Hoskins. What's his name in the movie?
Oh, I don't remember.
Not Drebin. That's from Naked Gun. But anyway, he has the Toon gun when he's going into Toon Town because you can't use real stuff over there. And apparently there were scenes where they were shooting wide shots that he's literally holding something. Like, because in the close-ups, it's a Toon. But there's like 2 scenes where there are wide and he's actually physically
like a
holding
baton or something. Bullshit.
No, it's a real fake gun, but it's just supposed to look like the Toon gun.
Yeah.
But in their quick shots, but they showed them in there. I was like, holy fuck! Like I've seen that movie probably 6 times, and I really like that movie. It's a great movie for a book that I've never read, or never probably will, because I think it was called Who Censored Roger Rabbit.
What?
Yeah, because it was a book first.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it's Who Censored Roger Rabbit. And
remember I told you the Chinatown connection, right?
Yeah. Well, they made a reference to that too. So they had said that like, so there were supposed to be those 3 Chinatowns, not 3 Chinatowns, but 3
Jake stories.
With Jakes, yeah. And so it was Chinatown, and then there's the second one was 2 Jakes or whatever. So it was supposed to be the first one was with the water, the second was going to be with what was the 2 Jakes about? Something, and the third one is going to be about transportation in the freeway. And so then they were like, hey, like we're not doing this, and so they utilized it for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I was like, that's a good, and they're both film noirs, like they're, and so it all works.
All works out.
And I greatly liked Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like a movie that way ahead of its time for what it was doing. One of the only times you'll see Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny and shit together, and hypersexualized Jessica. Do not look up Jessica Rabbit. Like, don't even just search Jessica Rabbit. If you have safe search on, you're okay. But if you're an adult, like you're gonna see tons of fucking porn. Anyway, so the next movie.
That or not.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're writing it down as I speak. So Jessica Rabbit. Again,
I'm sorry. To get back to the Shinzo stuff,
Sure.
That's how I relate to Ruth the most now.
Okay.
So like I said, like we're not. I don't experience the directly rude stuff that much. Maybe I just don't pay attention that much. But what I do see in like hating the world is like just stories on the internet, like just getting bummed out like the more and more you read.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I'm just like, I need to just get off this fucking internet and just watch some puppies like dancing or something like that, just to keep myself from
It's
what I'm saying. Like you feel like that too, right?
It's tough because I
mean,
mean
that's where I understand where it's like, this world doesn't make any sense anymore.
Well, how many mass shootings were over the fucking July 4th weekend?
100% too, yeah.
And it's
exactly. I was watching a news story and I was like, they're talking about one of the suspects. I'm like, I don't even know what shooting this fucker did.
Yeah.
Like, if this was the school one or if this was the grocery one. Like, I couldn't.
The Chicago one?
The Chicago one?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Did you see the photos of that fuckface, too?
Oh, that scuzzy little tiny face piece of shit? Yeah.
Tiny face, small head, but he was like a rapper or something.
God.
And you saw that tattoo. Like, I don't... Like, the way to fit a fucking description of being a piece of shit. But, yeah. So...
He had a tiny head like Christian.
Yeah.
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 Come on, all you fuckers.
Yeah. A tiny face with your features close together. Like, your eyes, your nose, your mouth are very close together. Like, we're on to you tiny face fucks.
It's just everything's real close. I can just hit one with one fist. Hit all... 2 black eyes, broken nose, and a broken jaw
you
once.
Don't punch horizontally, you punch vertically.
Yeah, vertically.
So you still hit both eyes. Eyes, nose, mouth, and chin.
All at once.
A little bit of forehead with your pinky. I guess you could punch the other way. And
Cave facing.
If you double punch, like your other
Missed
fist
his
miss completely. Or you like graze an ear. Fuck. Anyway, so thank you for listening to this episode of Spectacular.
Yeah, watch this movie. It's good.
It is a really good movie. Our next episode is going to be, again, Sorry to Bother You. And it is available on Netflix and... Oh, no. It's on Hulu.
I think.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu. And are you...
It was. At least I have it saved on Hulu last time I checked.
I'm certain that it's on Netflix, too, because I'm pretty sure earlier today... Yeah, it's on Netflix.
All right.
It's on Netflix and it's on Hulu.
All right.
But so yeah, Sorry to Bother You is our next episode. Again, thank you.
Email us and let us know which one you chose to watch it on.
It doesn't matter. But if you do have any suggestions on movies, you can email us at spectacular@gmail.com. You can also go to our website And again, thank you for listening. Mike, why don't you take us away? Anything you want.
Well, they did do an Echo and the Bunnymen song.
Which I cannot, for some reason, I don't like them. I've never really liked them. They've had like, I think they've only had like one
remember how
song.
our best friend Bond just got stronger during this episode?
Their one song.
It went less.
What's the one song you know the most of them, right?
I mean, there's like two, like Killing Joke and Lips Like Sugar.
I think Lips Like Sugar is the one I know. But
that's what I was going to sing.
Okay.
But you ruined it. So
I didn't ruin it. I'm just saying they
yourself.
fucking suck. But continue. Mike, why don't you take us away?
Spectacular, spectacular, it's spectacular. You just bummed me out. Fuck it.
Okay, bye.